Hey guys and girls, in this video, we're going to take a look at the best 4K camera. This list is based on my personal opinion and tons of research, and I've listed products based on quality, durability, price, and more. I've included options for every type of consumer, so if you're looking for an entry-level option or the best product money can buy, we'll have the product for you in this list. If you want more information and updated pricing of the products mentioned, be sure to check the links in the description down below. The products mentioned are in no exact order, so be sure to stay to the end so you don't miss anything. Also, if you want a chance to win one of the 4K cameras in the video, just subscribe, don't forget to hit the notification bell, and leave a comment with a hidden word in the video. Once we reach 1,000 likes, we will pick a winner and notify him. Okay, so without further ado, this is our pick of the best 4K cameras on the market right now. Coming at number 10, we've got the Nikon Z6. Nikon's joint first full-frame mirrorless camera is the most serious assault on the video market to date. While the Z7 remains an excellent choice for still shooter users looking to capture video alongside their images, the Z6 is arguably better for the videographer, as it can capture oversampled 4K footage without a crop, which the Z7 can't do. Perhaps most crucially, the presence of both sensor-based and electronic VR means that the camera does a great job to keep things stable, whatever the lens you're using. While 293 sensor-based phase detect AF points that are available during video recording do very well to keep everything focused and transitions nice and smooth. The 10-bit analog shooting option, which is also absent from the D850, gives you a better starting point for grading footage. We'd like to have seen a 4K 60p option, and a little rolling shutter remains, but we were otherwise very impressed by the way Nikon has launched its new system. Number 9. Olympus OMD EM1 Mark III. Picking up where its predecessor left off, the OMD EM1 Mark III is an outstanding all-round package, and that's as much the case for shooting video as is for stills. On paper, the Mark III's video specifications is solid enough to cater for both casual recorders and more serious videographers. It can shoot Cine 4K at 24 frames per second, 237 megabytes per second, and Full HD at up to 120 frames per second, with an OM Log 400 color profile that's little short of lovely. And it all comes in good action. Powerful image stabilization keeps footage smooth and sharp, while capable continuous autofocus with face and eye detection proves impressively effective. Headphone and external mic ports are a welcome presence for those looking to upgrade their setup too. If there's one thing we'd like to see, it's the availability of the Live ND mode, which simulates the effect of a real neutral density filter while shooting video, but such is the depth of what the EM1 Mark III can do. When you dig into the options, it's hard to pick any real faults. Coming at number 8, Panasonic S1. It might be the junior of the two launch models in Panasonic's fledgling S system, but the S1 is arguably the better option for videographers. For starters, it captures 4K UHD footage using the whole width of its full-frame sensor, and offers full pixel readout at up to 30p. It can also record 10-bit 4x2x0 footage internally using the HEVC H265 codec, with an update due later this year set to unlock even higher specs. Videos can be shot in 4K at up to 60p with a 30-minute time limit, and there are several gamma curve profiles on board, including hybrid log gamma. In the real world, that all translates into very high-quality video. Its body might be heavy, but sensor-based image stabilization helps keep handful footage smooth, while rolling shutter is only an issue if the S1 is jerky suddenly. The onboard microphone is surprisingly capable too, even if the external mic and headphone ports will prove more popular. Arguably the biggest issue is the autofocus performance, which, due to an absence of phase detection pixels, can be a little inconsistent and jerkier than rivals. The S1 promises plenty, though, provided you're comfortable using manual focus. Coming at number 7, Sony Alpha A7S II. While the Sony a7S III is now imminent, we still think it's a compelling option for the videographer at current prices. One of its major selling points at launch, internal recording of 4K footage, has since been matched by many others, but it's the modest pixel count of its sensor that splits it from its rivals. We found its dynamic range to be very high and consistently better than rivals at higher sensitivities. While noise was also shown to be lower than cameras with more popular chips, it also has the advantage of using the whole sensor width for recording video and being able to record to the memory card while outputting 4x2x2 footage to an HDMI recorder, but proves itself to be capable for still shooting too. Autofocus is generally fast, and built-in image stabilization is a huge bonus, while the body is sturdier than its predecessor too. Overall, while it might not be the newest model, its sensor and video specs give it a handful of advantages over its rivals. Hopefully the imminent a7S III will be even stronger with its video credentials. Number 6. Panasonic Lumix G9. This isn't Panasonic's most video-centric camera. See the Panasonic GH5S and GH5 above. But the Lumix G9 is a fantastic all-rounder for stills and video, particularly thanks to a recent firmware update in November 2019. This added pro-friendly treats like 10-bit 4x2x2 video, captured to some already tasty video credentials, which include the ability to shoot cinema 4K video at a smooth 60 frames per second frame rate. The G9 also boasts superb in-body image stabilization that equates to 6.5 extra stops of exposure, as well as 2 UHS 2 SD card slots. It's also weatherproof, great to handle, and boasts a wealth of still-focused features, including a burst mode that shoots at 20 frames per second with autofocus and an astounding 60 frames per second without. Overall, we think it's Panasonic's best all-round mirrorless camera, especially given its recent price drop to below $1,000. Coming in at number 5, Sony Alpha a6400. The a6400's lack of in-body stabilization and headphone jack may make it seem under-equipped when it comes to video recording, but its excellent image quality, smooth motion, impressive levels of detail, tough magnesium alloy construction, affordable price tag, and, most importantly, its superb, highly advanced autofocus setup go a long way towards making it a contender for most accessible 4K camera around. The autofocus, which includes excellent real-life eye and face tracking, takes a lot of work out of both video and stills work, particularly if you're frequently shooting other people or yourself. Sony's a6600, the step-up model in the range, keeps much of the a6400's spec and features, but adds in body stabilization, a headphone jack, and longer battery life. For now, the a6400 is our pick from Sony. Coming at number 4, Fujifilm X-T4. Fujifilm's X-T3 drastically improved its video performance compared to its predecessors, and the X-T4 makes a similar leap to make it one of the best 4K cameras you can buy. The biggest boost comes from the inclusion of in-body image stabilization, IBIS. This makes it a little larger and heavier than the X-T3, but still significantly lighter than an enthusiast-level DSLR. It doesn't completely replace the need for a gimbal, but doesn't mean it's a superb option for the run and gun filmmaker. Combine this with the same 26.1 MP back illuminated APS-C sensor as its predecessor, and you have a fantastic performer for both stills and video. The latter is a particular standout thanks to its inclusion of a very modern movie shooting spec that includes cinema 4K movies up to 60 frames per second, 10-bit internal recording, and up to 400 megabytes per second bitrate, and with F-Log and HLG profiles included as standard. You can also shoot slow-motion Full HD movies up to 240 frames per second, while that IBIS system provides up to 6.5 EV, or exposure value, of stabilization when used with one of Fujifilm's stabilized lenses. 18 out of its 29x series lenses fits this description. Overall, the Fujifilm X-T4 is the best APS-C mirrorless camera you can buy, and a major reason for that is its video performance. Number 3. Panasonic Lumix GH5. Until the arrival of the Lumix GH5S, the GH5 was the pick of the bunch for those looking to shoot video, quite a bit cheaper than the newer GH5S. The GH5 is a bit more versatile for those wanting to shoot both stills and video, and the video specification is still very impressive, allowing you to shoot cinema 4K 4096 by 2160 at 60p with a bitrate of 150 megabytes per second, while full HD video can be captured up to 180 frames per second. That's not all, as the GH5 offers color subsampling at 4x2x2 at a color depth of 10-bit, delivering greater color information and richer graduations. The GH5 also offers live output to external recorders such as Apple ProRes via HDMI, as well as simultaneous internal recording. Coming at number 2, Panasonic Lumix GH5S. While it can shoot stills quite happily, although at a pretty limited 10.2 megapixel resolution, this should be seen first and foremost as a video camera. If you want to do both, you've got the Lumix GH5 to fill that brief. While the absence of built-in image stabilization might be a disappointment for some, that issue aside, the breadth of video features is incredibly impressive. If you want to shoot broadcast quality footage without remortgaging your house to buy a pro video camera, you won't find a better video focused camera right now. Number 1. Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 4K. If you want the best camera to shoot 4K videos, then this is it. Blackmagic's Pocket Cinema Camera 4K is designed for filmmakers through and through, and is not something to consider if you're looking to shoot stills as well. Based around a micro Four Thirds sensor and lens mount, it features a huge 5.0-inch touchscreen. It head and shoulders above other MFT shooters from a video-centric operational point of view. The range of connections on board is also class-leading, and the fact that there's a dual card slot trumps much pricier cameras like the EOS R. That's not forgetting decent onboard audio recording capabilities, and of course, the sweetener to the tune of $299 worth of software. A license for DaVinci Resolve Studio, it really is a gift that keeps on giving. Finally, and most importantly, the fundamental quality of its 4K video takes on much pricier cameras, and when you know how to work it, handles noise better than some full-frame sensors do, thanks to its dual native ISOs. That brings us to the end of our review and buyer's guide for the best 4K cameras. Hope to see you in the next video. Let us know in the comments what is your favorite one. And if you like this content, don't forget to subscribe and get notified when we launch new videos. Thanks for watching. Peace.